Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and last night I made a video on charging the Ford F-150 Lightning with a 110 volt plug. Got a lot of comments, a lot of questions, things like that. I thought I'd do a follow-up video this morning on that charging and how many miles I gained. I sat down and did all my math and crossed my, carried the one divided by two. I got it all figured out as best I can. So hey, first time to the channel, welcome to Semester Law. I'm an automotive journalist, been doing this for about 10, 12 years. As trucks and SUVs are now getting more and more towards EVs, I'm going to cover this stuff even more extensively, and I cover trucks and SUVs. So I still love diesels, still love gas, but we got to learn about these EVs too, just because that's what's going on these days. So if you recall from last night's video, I have the worst possible situation. I'm plugging on 110, and this charger allows it 30 amps of power to go through it at 110 volts. Now, I got a lot of comments yesterday about, well, who charges 110? You never need to charge in 110. That's stupid. And you're right. You need to charge on 220 because this takes forever. However, I would theorize that most EV owners, new owners, throughout their ownership cycle are going to find times they have to charge 110. For example, if I go visit my friend 30 minutes away and I need to charge, well, he may not have 220 in his garage. And there's no superchargers around here. There's no level 2. There's the level 2 is on the Ford dealership. I don't go sit at the Ford dealership for an hour to charge, then I go see my friend. That's counterintuitive. Doesn't make sense. I think a lot of people are going to start using 110 just because houses aren't set up for 220 yet. The wiring's not done. Infrastructure's not there yet. So this is not abnormal, is what I want to say. Now, it may be abnormal in a few years, but right now I think we're going to find it's going to become more common, especially in rural areas like mine, where people are trying to make this stuff work. So, looking at this stuff, we have the charger cord and the rapid red Ford Lightning. So I'm going to unplug it. You can see it's got two. It's charging there, so we didn't get a whole lot of charge, which is what I would expect. So I'm gonna shut this door. I'm gonna hop in, take a look. Okay. So we hop in, and it starts up. Now we can see 81 miles of range, 37% is what's on the screen. I wish I would get a charging report. I'd like to see how long it charged last night, kilowatt hours, all that kind of stuff. I've messed with the manual. If you know where it's at, put the comments down below. I'd love to look it up. I've researched it. I can't seem to find it. I don't know what the deal is. So let's do some math here. I started plugging in last night, about, let's say 6:30. I think it was when I came back from the store. I did that video. I gave my friend a ride. We burned rubber because this thing's fast. It's fun to drive. It's kind of crazy how fast it is empty. Now, when I put stuff in, I drive normally. I don't do that stuff, but we're goofing around. So when I came back to the house, I had 20% range, 45 miles. Now, this is 10:30 in the morning right now, and I charged for 16 hours is what my guess is. Or not my guess, but that's the number I have. 16 hours of charging, 20% range when I came back home last night. Now at 81 miles of range, so I've gained 36 miles is what the math says. Now, this is, I was thinking about, like, what did I spend? So the national average for electricity is 16 cents per kilowatt hour. I figure I charged for 16 hours, so that's $2.56 I spent on charging. Now, I theorized, what if I took my Power Boost that I had 2 years ago, the hybrid version of this truck, and I drove 36 miles? That truck, EPA number, which is always accurate, whatever, is about 1.5 gallons. So it's 24 miles per gallon. I got to drive 36 miles, so about 1.5 gallons. Gas right now is, say, about $3.50 a gallon, so it would cost me $5.25 to drive the same distance I would in gas versus electricity. So electricity is half the price of gas for driving that range. This would have been cheaper to charge if I'd have done 220 and had more power coming in. It wouldn't take as long and I'd get more range faster. And if I had solar, it'd be free to charge, right? That's kind of the scenario there. So Ford says it's going to take about 4 days for it to charge a 110. And they said on the website, they've been very clear on this. But what they really are focusing on is the DC fast charger. So if you use the 150 kilowatt DC fast charger, which I believe is not even the fastest one, I think there's a 360. Again, you guys can pull me up in the comments below. But they're going to say 15 to 80% range in 36 minutes with a standard battery. And this 15 to 80% range in 41 minutes with the extended battery. Now, this truck has the extended range battery, and I have a video coming later on where I road trip with it and got really nervy getting back to the house because range was a concern. So, the idea here is that 110 chargings can suck. It really can. But in my case, for example, today's Sunday. We're going to drive over a mile away, go to lunch, come back. I'll probably plug it in again when I come home. Not a big deal. And then I'm going to watch football all day and not do a whole lot. So then tomorrow I may go for a drive. I work from home. It's not a big deal. The biggest thing is I have one more thing to plug in, which always sucks because I'm plugging in all sorts of stuff all the time. But just something every time I come home, I'm going to have to get the charge out and plug it in. So just got to teach myself that new way to manage the vehicle, especially 110 charging. Now, if I had 220 or I had DC fast charger in an area, I wouldn't probably plug it in every day because I don't need all the range all the time. I'd probably only plug it in and get it fully charged if I was going to go for a road trip or something's going to happen. And that's the thought process with this. You gotta change your thinking here. You don't always have to have a full tank every day, which is what they were kind of advertising with, because a lot of people don't, and most of the EV fans I talk to only charge 80% anyways to keep the battery life longer. So this idea you're gonna have a full tank charge every morning, I don't know if I believe in that. And so I don't generally drive that much every day. So I'd probably plug it in just for the hell of it, but I don't always need to. I don't always need all this range. And so for my daily driving, but everybody's different. I like things fully charged. It makes me nervous to drive around with a battery that's not fully charged. But if you treat this battery like you would a gas tank, I drive around half tank all the time. And granted, there's not that many chargers around here, but back in the, when Ford came out with Model T, there was like 2 gas stations. So I don't know. I can make arguments either way. I mean, I can make arguments this technology is not quite ready yet. I can make arguments that it is kind of ready if you can manage it. And I make arguments that, it's going to come, no matter what's going to happen. Companies are investing billions of dollars globally in this technology. So it's coming. It's just going to learning curve on how to live with it and how to change my thinking process and flip my mind around dealing with all the different avenues of charging, things like that. But, for most cases, last night, watched some college football, hung out, went to bed, got up this morning, cleaned the house a little bit, and now it's 10:50, time to go to have lunch. I just plugged in all night. Didn't really bug me very much. And spending $2 to charge all night, I mean, that's not very much. So if I did that every night and I spent $2 to charge, or let's say $3 to charge, I did it every night, 31 days times $3. So I'm going to spend, it's going to be 3, 6, I hate doing math on camera, like $90 a month to charge on 110. Now, am I going to, do I need to do it every night? No. Do I want to charge every night? No. But I mean, you're going to save half the price you would in gas for driving the same distance, but you're also going to spend a lot more for this truck to buy it versus a gas truck currently. Like I said, it's a lot of debate. So follow along with me. I had this for the next couple of days. I'm going to do some more videos on this. Check out other videos down below as well. PickupTruckTalk.com is the website for more details on this vehicle and other things. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.